Hello! Right, as you can see, I bought a PlayStation 2 today. I went into town with my wife. We went for a bit of lunch and some shopping and to look at the travel agents, etc. I hadn't gone out planning to get one of these. It's just that at one point during our day out, she decided she wanted to go in a shoe shop, and I'd rather shoot myself in the head than go in a shoe shop. Or go into CEX, which is 25 yards away from where she was going. So I took the less painful option and went for a wander in CEX, and was having a look amongst the shelves and stuff. And as you know, CEX has quite an extensive, or most CEXs seem to have quite an extensive, from afar, PS2 collection of titles, etc. When you get close up to them, you see that 90% of that collection is made up of FIFA 03, 04, 05, 06, Pro Evolution 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And they take up, they sort of like comprise the vast majority of what's on offer, what's on display. So I was just having a look through, and two titles jumped out that really sort of like took my eye, that I played back in the day when I had a PS2. Now, I'm fairly certain that it was the PS2 that I had them on. I sometimes get confused because I did at the same time also have an Xbox, a GameCube, and also a Dreamcast, which was sort of like in its final sort of throes at the time, and I think I managed to get it at a knockdown price. But anyway, like I say, I hadn't gone in there. You can see what one of the games is already. It's Burnout III. Absolutely fantastic game, one of my favourite games of the generation, one of my favourite games ever. I had so much fun with it. But it was this and the other game that I bought alongside it. I hadn't seen them for years, hadn't played them since I traded all those consoles in towards an Xbox 360 at, I think Game may have been called Game then. If not, it was that then known as Electronics Boutique. But I took all those consoles, traded them towards a 360 when they first came out. If I knew now what I know, if I knew then what I know now, I obviously would have kept all those machines. But hey ho, I didn't, so never mind. Right, yeah, the other game. So I've got Burnout 3 Takedown, £4. You know, I've just been having a quick sort of play on that, and it's still as much fun as I remember it to be. I had the second, I never had the first Burnout, I had the second Burnout, Point of Impact, on the GameCube, and I really enjoyed that. And when this came out, Burnout 3 was PS2 and Xbox only. It never came out on the GameCube, which is why I got it on one of those two consoles. And the second one was PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy. Now, I don't know how well you can see that. If even you know the game at all, it's absolutely fantastic sort of third-person shooter, like futuristic shooter. But you've got like superpowers, like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, remote viewing, the ability to possess guards and stuff like that. It's absolutely tremendous fun. It's brilliant. If you've never ever seen or played PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy, do, because you know there's so many ways that you can sort of like play the game, because you've got all these different powers. The comedy value of it, of just using telekinesis to pick up a guard and throw him sort of like 300 feet across or down a ravine or something like that. It's brilliant. It's just so much fun. But yeah, check it out if you can. If you know the game, then tell me what your thoughts are. But it's one of the games like Black, a great game of the era, but one that never got any kind of sequel. Now, I don't know why that would be. I don't know if it was a successful game or not, but it was certainly huge fun. Now, one of the things that I wanted to ask is, I don't remember this from back in the day, but this sort of like jogged my memory seeing it when I picked up Burnout. You see it's got with NetPlay on the top. Now, I used to play Xbox Live on the original Xbox, games like Microsoft Lynx and MechAssault, and there was another one, I can't remember what it was. And used to have really, really good fun on that. But there was no one I knew back then, or even now, that used the online capabilities of the PS2. I don't know if it ever took off. Obviously nowadays PSN is you know, a much different beast from online in the days of the PS2. So were you ever online on the PS2? If so, you know, how did it compare to its rival Xbox Live back in the early days? But there's so many games for the PS2, you know, great, bad and middling basically. And I would say my favourite games of the era, I'll have to say of the era rather than for the machine, because as I said, I can't actually remember sometimes which version of a game I had, whether or not it was Xbox or PS2, but certainly Burnout 3, Psyops. Psyops, there was a similar game to Psyops called Second Sight, but I don't think that was as good, but I've never played that, so you know, sort of don't quote me. I loved the Splinter Cell games, particularly number 3, Chaos Theory, which was absolutely fantastic. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, obviously. I've got, in fact, no, I haven't. Obviously, nowadays you can download them through PSN, sort of remastered versions. Absolutely way ahead of their time, those games. And what was the other game? I remember I used to play Beyond Good and Evil, but again, I can't remember which of the consoles it was, the version that I had. But all fantastic games, and there are so many more. So I'd like to hear your memories and experiences of, you know, great games and also not so great. So if you feel able to comment, comment with your top 3 favourite games of the era. Obviously there was the GTA games, 3, Vice City and San Andreas. San Andreas I didn't particularly get on too well with, but I did enjoy Vice City and 3. And loads of games. Could go on for hours and hours about them. But yeah, say your top 3 games or whatever, and also your worst 3 ones that you really didn't like. Now, I can't remember. I should have written this down. I had the names. Anyway, your top 3 worst games for the PS2. But anyway, I'm going to finish this video up, and I am going to get back round to doing the sort of plan, implementing the plan that I came up with, or sorry, that I outlined in the previous video, some sort of 2.5 weeks ago. I've just been so busy since I got back from holiday. I just haven't had a chance to do anything. You know, stuff is still coming. The MSX games are still coming. The thank you to everyone that made suggestions for game series to cover, to do comparisons on. I haven't forgotten any of those. I did have a flick through the outstanding comments that people have been submitting a couple of days ago, and I know I haven't got round to answering them, but I'm going to as soon as I can. So yeah, I'll be including a few bits of PlayStation 2 stuff as well. I'll try and expand the Sega Saturn collection a little bit as well, because I bought that a few months back and I've still only got the 1 game for it, Alien Trilogy, and I did see a couple today, but nothing that really took my fancy for it. So at some point as well, I'll consider getting a Dreamcast. You know, I have to be careful with room, and also an original Xbox, just because there was you know, some wonderful games on that. So that's just what I've been up to today. I'm looking forward to this. As you can see, I have had a quick play on Burnout 3 already, and it's just as much fun as I remember it. I never played Burnout Revenge, but I did have Paradise City when that came out on 360, and that was great fun. My kids used to really enjoy that one, but I've never played Burnout Revenge. I don't know which one is the best of the 2 games, so perhaps you can all advise me. Right, that's it for this video. I'm going to do a couple of playtest videos for Psyops and Burnout 3. I'll see you soon. If you like the video, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. But if you do subscribe, please take the time to join in with the conversation, because that's what it's all about. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.